All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another session. Today's a little bit different. We're going to start standing up. And as we're standing and arriving, I'm going to talk about why we're standing. So, this is the season where I feel inspired to give, to donate. And today I'm going to be donating blood. Great. Yes, I'm O positive and I see those effects. My father recently had to have a blood transfusion. And so I see the effects of donating blood. So those who can donate, I think we should. So I try to go as frequently as I can. But it's not really encouraged to do yoga afterwards. So I'm going to do some pre-giving blood yoga right now, which means I'm going to be increasing circulation, but maybe also we're just increasing the idea of giving. So let's arrive standing on the mat in a nice mountain pose. And remember, with mountain pose, knees are softly bent, but our arms and our legs and even our shoulders are active. So we're not just standing like we're in line at the DMV or the grocery store, right? We are feeling every part of our body. And we're arriving now, which means we are turning off our cell phones. We are bringing ourselves to the mat, and this is our time. Energy sending out through the fingers, opening up that chest, opening up your heart space, because we're giving, we're preparing to give of ourselves in some capacity. Maybe it's giving blood, maybe it's donating time to the community. Whatever it is, find that heart space. Taking some slow, deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Feeling the weight on all four corners of our feet. Deep inhales through the nose and out the nose. Finding your way here on the mat. Okay. So from our nice mountain pose, we're going to move into just slowly warming up the lower back, which means we're going to do a little twisting here, very gently, listening to the body. Remember, never to go into pain. And as we allow the arms loosely to swing side to side, we might feel a little massage as our fists strike the lower back, the buttocks, but mostly it's to loosen up the lower back. So remember, the knees are bent, keeping the spine nice and tall, moving at your pace. Excellent. Okay, and release. Now let's take our feet just a little bit wider than we had here. So we're just a little bit more than hip distance. We're going to do a forward fold. Okay, so forward folds are really great always, right? Get that inversion in. So hands can be on the hips, knees are gently bent. And as we dive down, I encourage you to feel your spine elongate and then hinging at the hips, forward fold. Okay, so in our forward fold, remember you can always use a block for support, or maybe we're just letting our hands dangle wherever that happens to be. But see if we can release the head, feel the head become heavier, feel the neck release, feel the shoulders release. Taking a moment in this forward fold to really feel any of those strains, those stressors to kind of drip away from your body. All right. Now let's move our hands over to our left foot or maybe our left shin, whatever you're at. And just take about 2 slow breaths here. And then slowly moving your hands over to the other foot. And come back into center, and we'll take just one moment here before we slowly roll up to standing. Okay, how are we doing? Let's move to the top of the mat if you aren't already here. We're going to do kind of a sun salutation, one sun salutation as we get into our flow. So today's class will be a little shorter than normal, but pressing through our feet, inhale, reaching the fingertips up toward the ceiling, feel your shoulders pulling away. Exhale, forward fold, still hinging at the hips, knees gently bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, bend the knees, and either step back or hop back into plank or supported plank, whichever one. From here, slowly lower all the way down. Flip the feet, inhale, pressing up through the hands, but as we do the inhale, feel your spine pulling away so that we're not crunching the lower back. Opening that chest, and exhale, lowering down, and then coming back into a downward facing dog. In our down dog, if you want to take one moment here to pedal out, take a nice deep breath, and then look between the hands and step or hop between the hands, right? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing through the feet, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's shift our weight onto our left foot. Inhale the right knee up. Maybe we're just right here. Maybe you need a wall, but maybe you can bring it all the way up. Whether you're supporting yourself here or not, see if we can grab onto that knee with one hand or the other. We're not being very aggressive here. We're just holding, feeling the spine elongating. Take a deep inhale and an exhale, slowly stepping back into warrior one. Inhale, fingers up. Exhale, see if you can go a little deeper. Inhale, shifting into warrior two. Check your front knee, check your back knee. Inhale, pulling those pinkies behind you. Exhale, going a little deeper. All right, ready for peaceful warrior? All right, inhale, peaceful warrior. Hand on the hip or maybe even behind for a bind. Hands back on the hips or clasping the hands behind your back, fingers pulling down to open up the chest and the heart, our heart space for giving, and exhale, forward fold, coming to the thigh or just a little bit past humble warrior. Release the hands from the hips or from our interlacing. Put all the weight on the left foot and inhale. We're going to try to drag that right leg up without putting it really down. And inhale, bringing that knee up again. See if we can press all four corners of our left foot into the mat. Now here I'm holding onto my knee and I'm going to do a couple ankle circles. And we can stay right here if you would like to. Or bring the right foot into the crook of the left hip. Holding here. Okay. All right, so our little figure four here. You could have both hands. You can even do a bind behind if you'd like to. And you could stay right here or bend the left knee, really feeling the pressure on all four corners of the left foot. Find your drishti and forward fold. And sometimes it's nice to have a block to reach out to. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, coming back up as slowly as we can. Use a wall or a chair if you need it. Release that foot and we'll come back up to standing. We'll do one more sun salutation. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Place the hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga to up dog. Flipping those feet. Exhale, pressing back to down dog. Look between your hands, bend the knees, step or hop between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up, pressing through the feet. And exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. Other foot now. Okay, weight shifts onto the right foot. Inhale, left knee up. And we'll do the same thing that we did before. Maybe I'll hold on to the wall, or maybe I can hold on here. Feel the weight on all four corners of the right foot. Feel your chest open. Really get that nice posture, that spine pulling up away. Okay, and release. We're going to step back into a warrior one. From warrior one, take a deep breath and then exhale into warrior two. Inhale, pinkies behind you. Exhale, go a little lower if you can. Inhale, peaceful warrior, hand on the hip or in a bind. Exhale into humble warrior, hands on the hips or behind, interlaced fingers, pulling down to open up the heart space. Exhale, forward fold onto the thigh or just past. All right, weight goes onto the right foot. Maybe you use your hands to help you. Drag that left foot up without putting it down, bringing it back up and grabbing onto the knee. I'll move so you can see this a little more. Okay, staying right here, and maybe you're holding onto the wall, whatever. But maybe you can take that left foot and put it in the crook of the right leg, that right hip. All right, holding here, we're the same as the other side. Bend the knee a little bit, extend your spine, find your drishti, your focal point on the floor, maybe a few feet in front of you, and forward fold. Really feel the weight on your right foot. That's your anchor. Okay, take one more deep breath. Inhale, standing all the way back up. Release that foot. And here we go. Okay, so from here, we'll do one more sun salutation. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold into plank. Plank to chaturanga, to up dog. Exhale into down dog. Now this time in down dog, let's stay here for just a moment. Take one nice, slow, deep breath. And come to the middle of your mat, stepping here, crossing your ankles, and sitting down. Did you do it? However you get here is how you get here. Okay. So from here, let's go ahead and roll. We're going to roll to plow. So I have my feet and my knees bent, and I'm going to roll back and forth. If this does not work for your back or your body, you don't need to do this, but I'm going to do this about 3 or 4 times. And on my 4th time, I'm going to go into a shoulder stand, supporting my lower back, sending energy out my toe tips, my tippy toes, up toward the ceiling. And when I'm ready, I'm going to slowly allow one foot and then the other to go into a plow. Now remember, you can always use a support, like right here I have a blanket to support if you need it. You can always use a block or stay in your shoulder. If none of this works for you, that's okay. Okay, one more deep breath and release, slowly rolling out. We'll come back up into a seated position. Okay, so in our seated position, let's go ahead and do a little boat. All right, holding on to the backs of the thighs, opening up that chest, and allowing the toes to reach up. Take one more deep breath and release. While we're seated here, we're going to do a half Lord of the Fishes. Okay, so my left leg is bent, so the left foot is by my right hip, bringing my right foot over. If that doesn't work, you can always have right foot right in front of you, spine nice and tall, hug the right knee. Or maybe you can bring the right foot across your left, and you can hug here. You can even just do the crook and a gentle, or come with me. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Gentle twist from, actually it's more than a gentle twist, but gently twist, I should say, from your core. So pulling that belly button in, expanding your spine, keeping good posture. And release, and we'll switch legs. Okay, so now my right leg is on the bottom and bent. And again, left knee, you can just hug that right in or cross the left foot over your right. Hug it in the crook of your right Or bring the right elbow into the outside and gently twist. Just, you don't want to force it. Listen to your body, listen to what it needs. And release. Okay. Let's plant our feet on the mat, knees are bent, and we'll slowly roll down. And from here, we'll do a little happy baby. Bring those feet in, pulling the knees toward the armpit, and if it feels good, do a little rocking back and forth. And of course, if you would like to, you can always go into a Shavasana right now, or just meet me on the mat for the virtual class later on. All right. So from here, releasing, and you can do a little, at least a nice good morning stretch. Great place for a Shavasana right here. But as for me, I'm going to go ahead and close out this section of the class, and I hope I see you later on the mat. Thanks, everyone.